10 seconds.
Yeah, about that.
Okay. That's fine, man.
We are taking over a control point.
Fuck. Alright. Hello viewers, welcome back to the Juice Box. I'm here today with Dan Troupe, a good friend of mine. And
Evening, everyone.
we are talking The Walking Dead Season 7 today.
While I play Battlefront, really shit. Because I've only played this game, 5 times, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So,
We're not having
yeah,
a good
expect
time.
me to die a lot during this review. So, basically, we'll start with, the notable moments. Alright. Do you want to go first, Adam?
Yeah, okay. So, notable moments. Well, there was a couple of deaths this episode. It's quite notable that the Saviors are back at Alexandria. Rick was gone pretty much the entire episode and went over everybody. The hillside.
Yeah, so I really enjoy, for instance, Spencer's death. Spoiler, but you should be aware right now that this is going to be spoiler right review. Basically, it's almost picture perfect, how they replicate the comics in this scene, and everything, from the dialogue to the mannerisms that Negan has, the swearing. They have toned down Negan so much for the television. Obviously, well, we won. Oh, okay.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah. So, yeah, they've toned Negan down a lot because obviously it can get a bit too much. So he's quite a colourful character. So yeah, it was quite gory how Spencer's guts got spilled out, and then
Yeah.
Olivia got 360 no scoped by that woman. Secondly, the last minutes of the episode where Rick and Daryl are reunited, Rick gets his Colt Python back. He's a man again. The bromance is strong, but it almost brought a tear to my eye. And lastly, the most notable thing about that episode was the post-credits scene. So this is a big thing. So the mysterious person who was watching Rick and Aaron drive off away from the pond, the little ferry, I don't know what it was, cabin, shall we say, where it had all those guns. Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, there are a lot of theories being thrown around as to who that person is.
Right.
And what I'd like to believe, and makes most sense, is that it's the introduction of the group called the Whisperers, and that it's their leader, Beta. I think Beta's their leader. The Alpha and Beta are both leaders of the Whisperers. So basically, for those of you who don't know, the Whisperers are a group of survivors in the comics that wear the skin of walkers that they've killed so that they can go around doing their business without being harassed. So the skin's cleaned and processed like leather, preventing the Whisperers from catching diseases from it. But it's still sufficient to mask the scent and make them smell like the dead. So they get away with fuck all, really. And basically, the producers of The Walking Dead have said that new villains could be arriving much sooner than anyone would expect. So a quote from Scott Gimple, who told comicbook.com, basically said, "It's not impossible that the Whisperers could come along, or aspects of them could come along earlier than the timeline of the book."
Right.
But the producers could always surprise us, and I would, as a fan, I'd like to believe that the Whisperers could turn up a lot earlier. But then again, the All-Out War arc has to happen. Ezekiel needs to happen. But it's just me. like being a hardcore Walking Dead fan, but the other explanation is that it could be Beatrice from the Oceanside group, the group of women. I don't know what that group is called, but yeah. So, like, I'm thinking that the episode, what's it called, Heart Still Beating.
Heart Still Beating.
It was really, yeah, it was really good. Like, it picked up a lot of momentum, like compared to the other episodes, like
the Oceanside episode.
I don't know. Yeah, like there was just so many like episodes like dedicated to like character development, and there's just a lot of like the episodes dedicated to Tara, and it's just I didn't find it appealing at all. Like this season's been really slow. So we obviously had the season premiere that was exceptional. It had like almost 18 million viewers, and then it just went downhill from there. Like some like figures, like if I can pull them up for a moment. So basically, it dropped by almost below 1 million by the fifth episode, which is the Tara episode, and people, including myself and obviously you, I'm assuming, Adam, that are not happy with the format of the show.
No. Like, the format of the show is growing rather tiresome after all this time. You know, it's always a build-up. You get your cliffhanger at the end of each season, and you get a great opener, sometimes a great opener, and then of course you've got the episode like yesterday, you have the mid-season special, and those are really, you could get by only watching these episodes, because the show relies so heavily on building character developments and introducing groups, all this bullshit, and I get like it is necessary. I mean, now we have the Saviors, we have Rick's group, we have the Hillside, which I suppose they're one group now. The Oceanside people.
Yeah.
The I think I said the Kingdom already. Potential Whisperers. Too many.
Yeah, I think the development, like, to defend it for a moment, it is important to like have these episodes.
Yeah.
But I think that there was just too many of them, and that there was just all this action towards like the end, like in Heart Still Beating. Like Heart Still Beating got it right, and the rest of the episodes in the season just there was nothing really. I obviously watched them. I still enjoyed them, but I would have preferred a bit more conflict, and that, you know, Rick would have just started something like that. Rick had waited for something to like snap, and basically it was Spencer's death, it was Olivia's, it was Michonne's lecture, like how they should always like fight back.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Rick, like, it's taken him so long to realize that they need to do something about it, because like every time he's with Negan, like, he gets put to his tipping point, and you know he looks like he's ready to fucking jump him, but he doesn't.
And I mean, like, I think that the season premiere should have been like like enough for him to, like, you know, being like a tipping point for him.
Yeah.
Like, I know that obviously you can't just have a war like just with the introduction of Negan, but I mean, Heart Still Beating should have been a couple of episodes like earlier, and that the all-out war should have been like the mid-season finale. Like, there should have just been a cliffhanger of them like preparing, like going to war, like the Kingdom and the Oceanside, or if the Oceanside, assuming they join.
Yeah, I agree.
The Hilltop, etc.
I agree, but you know that that's probably what they're going to use for the finale, right? They'll use a death, and then they'll use like the beginning of the war.
Yeah, and there was just like this excessive use of like Negan to like create the same tension over and over again. It's like he's showing how much of a threat he can be, and it's like we know how volatile, we know how nasty he can be.
Yeah.
But I just felt as though it was a little bit rinse and repeat in some ways. But I obviously still love the show. But
Yeah,
I'm
great
only
show.
hoping that it can build up like the momentum from here, like it can keep it consistent. That obviously in the trailer that we saw, so I'm assuming people have seen the promo at this point where it's showing Rick going to the kingdom, talking to Ezekiel, saying that they all serve under the saviors and that enough's enough. They've been treated like shit, and we see like little bits of fights. We see Negan's right hand man, like the guy that plays Trevor in the in Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't know what his name is. I remember his first name. It's
The guy with the
Steven.
long hair. Oh, Steven.
No, he's I'm just gonna quickly Google this for the sake of the review. I should know this. Yeah, it's Stephen Ogg. That was it. Yeah, that's the. Yeah. Basically, we see like a little standoff on the highway, and then the last bit is like Rick asking if Ezekiel will join him, and obviously he will. I'm hoping he will, but to stay true to the comics again. But I just don't want like episodes to be like really slow. I may be repeating myself a bit, but like just little episodes where it's just like dedicated to like scavenging and like
just pointless shit. Just
like
scavenging.
those episodes where it's, like those episodes where they're just like rebuilding their lives at Alexandria. Obviously that's good for development, but like I want to be seeing more fights. I want to see some situations where the walkers might get on top. Well, obviously the living are more important than the dead now. Obviously the Rick's group's smarter than dead. Everyone's smarter than the walkers.
Yeah, they're pointless.
But some people make mistakes, and like herds can come in and such. But yeah, I'm hoping that there's just constant action, and that there's not a cliffhanger before they like go to war, like, because that would just really piss me off. And just like repeats of like Negan like being shown like how much of a ruthless badass he is. Like obviously I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and he plays a really good role in Negan. I think that nobody else could get it right as him. But what do you think anyway?
I feel like the creators of this show, they should know by now that people are getting tired of the format. Like obviously it shows in the numbers, like you said. Like they drop in millions per episode, and that's bad. Like, and people are getting really tired of it. Honestly, like I got tired of The Walking Dead during season 3. I actually only just came back to it because I was just sick of the slow episodes. I think I really like season 7 so far. I love it. It's actually probably my favorite season. But I really do think they need to keep at it with the action and the really big plot points.
But yeah, like I think we obviously like it's a constant thing we refer to. Like I think there needs to be a good like balance between the action and such
stuff. And, like, if it's not action, make it something like important. If it's character development, make it a good character development. I don't give a shit about Spencer or like fucking Olivia, the most pointless character. Just
yeah. I mean, do you know what? Actually, I think that one of the episodes, I think with Maggie, like showing her how like coping with Glenn's death, I thought that was all right. It showed her like stepping up to the plate. Actually,
yeah, like she's like fending for herself now. Like she's very strong.
Yeah, like I think that to see it from both sides of the coin, that it was that I did like enjoy that episode. And what I found quite funny was that guy from the Kingdom who went to go and see Carol and Morgan, and they're like, oh, he's like, Carol doesn't have any battle experience. It's like, mate, she could probably like break your leg with just with just lifting a little finger.
Yeah.
She's probably the most empowered character in that room.
Carol's a monster.
So, yeah. So obviously this is like, all this is building up to, the most famous words are hard. Most famous character arcs, or arcs in general, All Out War, in which like Rick, gets like a group of people and goes against Negan. What predictions do you have for like the season for the last
The season
last
opener?
Just the
Last half. Well, okay, sorry, how did it end again? Okay, yeah, they were at Hillside and that was the end. So they're all together now.
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to start off with Michonne or something, like returning to Alexandria. Probably looking for Rick, but he'll be at Hillside for a little while, maybe. Because she's found Negan, essentially. Or so we think. And then, or maybe even that guy in the final scene after the credits, maybe they'll show something with that guy. Either way, I think the first episode's going to be quite slow. It might be a little interesting at the start. But if any episodes are going to be slow in this last half, it's going to be this one. And then the next few episodes, they'll go to the Kingdom. Hopefully the Ocean side will get involved. And I'm almost sure that some heads are going to get battered in.
Yeah. Because I read the comic books, so basically, how to say this without spoiling it? Basically,
well, comic book spoilers, I don't really care because I've heard them all.
Basically, things go smoothly at first, so with the whole all-out war kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think the groups are not really prepared, because as they attack Negan's outposts, many of Rick's closest friends begin to die, and they wonder if their initial victories look, because they do get the upper hand at one point. So and then Negan eventually mounts a counter attack. So I'm hoping that things go from bad to worse. I will assume that a lot of bad things will happen. Maybe because this is the thing. Rick obviously loses his limb in the comics.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of hoping that it happens in the later half of the season. That is the definition of worse. That this is Negan's true counterattack, because obviously you immobilize the leader.
Yeah.
But then again, there's the issue where it's special effects, making sure it looks right, etc. I think there was comments about this on websites where producers avoided it because it was just simply too difficult to get Andrew Lincoln's arm properly disguised, with special effects. Which kind of annoyed me, because it would have been interesting to see how he would have done on the television, but yeah, that's all I guess that my predictions really.
So you think that this all-out war is going to start before the end of the season?
I'm assuming that they might get a bit of all-out war in.
Okay.
I
hope so.
Like, because basically, I don't know. I'm hoping so anyway.
I'm with you on that, honestly. I'm sure it'll be like the cliffhanger where they're all on like a battlefield, and then
But because I'm just reading it now, actually, just for the sake of this, that it will likely take place after the mid-season episode. A lot of people are speculating it, so I'm just like having a look on Reddit now. Do you know what? I think that we will probably see a bit more of Negan showing his villainous ways, like as frustrating as it is, like as we talked about earlier. And then there's also the important moment in the comics where Negan gets imprisoned in Alexandria.
okay.
And this goes on for quite some time, because obviously, do you know in season 6 where Morgan's like making like a jail cell within Alexandria?
Yeah.
So, like in the comics, like the jail cell's infamously known for like housing Negan for quite some time after being captured by the army consisting of the Hilltop, Alexandria, and the Kingdom. I think. What else is there? Oh yeah, Dwight portraying Negan.
Oh, finally! Yeah, that has to happen. That has to happen. I'm waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, I couldn't think for a moment there, and that was one of the other things as a comic book nerd that Dwight is basically one of the saviors who decides to portray Negan. In I think it's like in an unpredictable moment in like the All Out War event, and it's Dwight's portrayal that ultimately leads to Negan being caught by Rick and the army. And for the purpose of people watching, Dwight's just a guy that has the burnt like face. Like if you don't know for whatever reason, you should know. But yeah, it could be like. Trying to think. I lose my words sometimes. Sorry about this. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that anyway. Yeah.
I just want to say that I am a big fan of Negan and his portrayal.
Yeah. I really like Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, he's a great actor, and I think Andrew Lincoln, he's doing a fantastic job this season. Like, he's been playing the little bitch this whole season, essentially. I mean, now he's coming back, obviously, but it was nice to see him like in fear. Like he couldn't do anything about it because Carl would be killed. Everyone would be killed, essentially.
Yeah.
And Rosita missing that bullet, I just can't believe that.
Well, do you know what? I don't understand how Negan deflected it. Like, he must have the skills of a ninja to like just catch, well, to deflect that bullet, like, and it catches in Lucille, like.
It's a baseball
in that moment
bat.
where he starts yelling, like, oh my god, that moment was like something else.
I thought he was just gonna bash her in right there, right then.
Like, because I was expecting that to go somewhere, but Rosita obviously doesn't die like right now. She dies like later on. Basically, she basically gets her. It's again, it's another comic book spoiler. So if you want to skip past this bit, you can do. Basically, in the comics, like Rosita gets her head decapitated by I think it's by Alpha or Beta, the leader of the Whisperers, and she gets her head put on a pike. Like basically, the Whisperers like set up like a wall of pikes to separate them from Rick's communities, and so that Rick's communities can like see all of the like fallen ones, because basically in the comics the Whisperers basically lure a bunch of like Rick's communities over, and they decapitate them and put their heads on pikes, and they're all there as like little trophies kind of thing. It's really creepy. And basically Andrew is the one to put down Rosita, but obviously Andrea is dead now. She died in season, is it 3 or 4? I can't remember exactly. I think it's season 3.
Yeah, I think it's the end of 3.
Yeah, see, it was the end of season 3. So that we're obviously having differences now. So yeah, but where was we again? I got completely sidetracked.
Oh, we were just talking about Rosita.
Oh yeah, like. Oh yeah, that scene at the end. I thought Negan was gonna like bash her head, and then, but it would have been too early. I think. I'm hoping that she gets the same. I'm hoping she gets the same death, basically.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
So. My question is for you, like, are you ready for like this all-out war thing? Or do you think, to be fair to some people, is it too soon for this to happen? Or I mean, obviously earlier we prefer the action. Like, do you obviously want to go ahead now? Then
yeah,
I'm assuming.
I mean, once all these groups meet, I am absolutely ready for it. This needs to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Negan has been Negan and the Saviors have only been around for a short time in the show, like halfway through season 6. But they've taken such a toll on the main group, and they need to put their foot down.
Yeah. I'm obviously all for it. Like, I mean. I welcome maybe 1 or 2 episodes of like development, because obviously you have to come back from what happened to like Spencer and such.
Spencer and Olivia.
I would assume actually now that I think they just easily move past it. Like,
yeah, I'm sure Rick's fine with Spencer being gone.
Yeah, because I just thought Spencer was a prick. Really, he just deserved everything that he got.
Yeah,
like,
he was a prick.
Like, it says Negan said that if he had the guts, he'd do it himself. So, but yeah.
And Eugene, I honestly thought he was gonna get killed too.
Oh yeah, because obviously he wanted to find out like who made the custom bullet, and I think Eugene's probably gonna get the same treatment as Daryl. Like, I think that'll probably just break Eugene, because his character's like, he's really weak.
Yeah, he's a very weak character. But I guess it makes sense to keep him around because he's so smart. They could have him do some pretty wicked shit.
Yeah. But I do think that
The cargo has been picked up by the Alliance.
because there is something I probably wanted to talk about is that the I mean all out war could happen in the last half
Yeah.
of season 7. But then it could happen. There's this thing that could happen where, as we talked about earlier, it could just be episodes dedicated to development where everyone like gathers together. Like, do you know, like it'll focus more on like reuniting the 3 communities. Like, I mean, would you enjoy that?
If it was all development, no, I'd be a little pissed off. But I feel like there just has to be a balance. Like
Yeah,
if it doesn't get on until season 8, that wouldn't surprise me, and I shouldn't expect anything huge because this is a Walking Dead. You know, they dragged out the governor for so long. You know, they drag things out, and I guess that's how it works on TV. That's how it worked in the comic books.
Yeah, I mean, we're just obviously just throwing out like some expectations as like fans. I mean, it's probably just me being too overhyped.
I'm pretty excited too, actually. Like, I can't wait till fucking February. It's too long.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more of like Ezekiel.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm surprised he only had 1 episode, but you know they've got so many people now. It's
Yeah, but yeah, that's. I think we've just about covered most things, I guess.
So we've just about covered it.
If obviously you can obviously let us know your opinions and such, like in the comments, like whether you think we're wrong or right, or what do you expect?
Yeah, let us know in the comments, or if you're on the live chat right now. I'm not sure how many views we've got. Oh, we've got 1 viewer, we've got 1 comment. You know what? Let me have a look at that comment right now. Sorry for not realizing we have a comment. Hold on.
So bad at this, Adam.
I know,
Jesus.
shit. Okay, what we got? Live chat. Test we live here? What? Yeah, we're live.
We are live here.
Thanks for tuning in.
It's no problem.
Alright. Shall we call it a wrap? Oh, we got another comment and a second viewer. Hold on.
Oh, why is it all rolling now? Oh, that.
Let's see, what's it say? It says, so good, dude. Okay. Alright, thanks for watching, man. Thanks for being on the show, Dan.
It's alright, man.
Alright.